Howdy y'all. While it's definitely funny that you can cheese the new dungeon boss with Witherhoard, that's not only a huge pain in the gooch, but a gigantic time sink. In the time it takes to sit there and watch her slowly bleed out with Witherhoard, I could probably finish clicking on every unclaimed D2 triumph I've ever let grow and fester on my character over the years, like that moldy spot in the corner of your shower. Really though, if you want to take her down in a way that still feels moderately cheesy, but doesn't take longer than picking up a friend from the airport, there's a better way. By the way, you definitely shouldn't be farming this encounter unless you're looking for one specific gun, but more on that a little bit later. Okay, the method I really recommend to make killing this boss easier, including a potential one-phase chill clip, specifically a chill clip fusion rifle like Riptide, but I'm sure other weapons would work fine. For the record, I know people mostly use the Witherhoard cheese to just beat the boss one time on master difficulty, probably to get the ghoul title. But even still, I would rather use the following method instead of the Witherhoard watching paint dry method. And again, especially if you're going after that one certain gun, why don't we talk about Chill Clip? One of the most annoying things about the dungeon boss is that they constantly teleport around, or just aggressively float into locations where you don't want her to be. Above you, behind you, yada yada yada. This hoe is really hard to hit and very mobile, a truly awful combination. Believe me, although you probably already know, missing any amount of damage is going to basically guarantee that you F up the one phase. But even if you aren't going for a one phase, keeping her in one location will, at the very least, give you a very comfortable two phase. And that's where Chill Clip comes in. I noticed while fiddling around with loadouts that when you use Chill Clip to repeatedly slow her, she really just no longer feels like moving. Gee, Fallout, slowing a boss with a freeze effect keeps her from moving? What god tier wisdom. Yeah, I know, but I figured she would still be able to randomly teleport around the room, but apparently not. You're pretty much able to completely hold her in one location indefinitely, which is really nice. Here's what we did in a nutshell. One player drops a tether on the boss because you always need one debuff for more damage dealing, and then they started Gallarhorning. The other player dropped a Warlock Radiant Well, both for more damage output and to help everyone stay alive during DPS, and then that player started using the good old Izanagi's Burden and Rocket Launcher swap combo, and I was using both an auto-loading Rocket Launcher to take advantage of us using Gallarhorn, and also my Chill Clip Riptide. And just because my damage loop involved only rocket and fusion rifle spam, I front-loaded a little bit of extra damage with Gathering Storm and Star Eater Scales. Despite not having an exotic weapon at all, I still put up damn good damage numbers on her, and again, we were able to one phase. As long as you're constantly putting damage on her with the top half of the mag with Chill Clip, she won't really move or teleport, and you can get easy, non-complicated damage. If you don't have a Chill Clip Riptide, by the way, what the F are you doing? But it is dummy easy to acquire. Just go to Shaxx at the tower and hit up the focused decoding section. Buy until you get a god roll. Quick note, by the way, while I'm happy to give loadout recommendations for people trying to farm, please don't be the type of dude who yells at other people on LFG or wherever if they don't use loadouts mentioned by content creators. Kind of an ongoing meme that a lot of players take loadout recommendations or damage options from content creators as pure gospel. I really do think it's worth holding her in place with Chill Clip, but please don't go to war over it, y'all. Alright, as mentioned earlier, even though I dig this strat for effing up the boss, you shouldn't be farming her 90% of the time anyway, unless you're trying to get this, the new Pacific Epitaph grenade launcher. Only kinetic wave frame launcher in the game, happens to be stasis. I definitely do want one. Unfortunately though, you can only get one from either the opening encounter or the final boss fight. Yeesh, talk about a rock and a hard place. Technically, I think the final farm is a little bit better if you're looking for that grenade launcher though, only because you get double loot drops every time you complete it. Otherwise though, you're better off just doing what everyone else is doing and farming Ekathar, aka the boss of the second encounter. He has the ability to drop every dungeon gun except the grenade launcher, and he's far less annoying to deal with. That encounter is much shorter overall, and the one phase is way easier to pull off. Ekathar is basically liquefied by a wider variety of loadout options, including fun close range things like the Legend of Acreus. But for the select 1% of you out there who are trying to farm for a god roll wave frame kinetic launcher, I'm gonna go ahead and keep you in my prayers. Zamuma, or however you say your name, is an absolute bitch to deal with, but hopefully with the power of Chill Clip, it'll be a little easier for your team to pull off a farm if you're trying to farm. We'll put the loadout details of what we use to one phase in the pinned comment if you're interested, and so it's easier to possibly share that information with any poor teammates that you plan on dragging into this piss poor excuse of a farm. Fingers crossed that you get your god roll grenade launcher quickly so you can get the hell out of there. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on stream.